Hello and welcome back to Improvement Roulette, where we help small business owners make their processes better, safer, faster, and more efficient. I'm Amanda Zimmerman. I'm a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, and I've been doing this for the last 10 years, helping businesses improve their processes. So today we're going to talk about something called poka-yoke. Now this is a big word. It's a Japanese word. It comes from Toyota, but all it really means is mistake proofing, is making it impossible for you to make a mistake. For example, if you look at your cars today, if you remember, 10, 20 years ago, you used to have a gas cap that you used to take off that wasn't attached to your vehicle that you could then leave up on the pump. When you drove away, you could accidentally leave that gas cap behind, which happened, right? And so this was an issue. This was an opportunity for an improvement. As the manufacturers of automobiles changed, they decided to take on this issue. One of the first things that they did was they added a little dongle so that it made it harder to lose the gas cap. You could still lose it, but it made it harder. And then they took it one step further, or some companies have, where you don't have a gas cap at all, where you have no chance that you can make a mistake. You have no way that you can lose your gas cap because one is not required. They have mistake-proofed this process. So when you look at the processes that you want to improve, this is something to strive for. This is something to push yourself towards. Now, in a lot of our videos so far, we have explored waste. We have explored ways of aligning our teams. We haven't talked a lot about solutions. Now, this is a tool that really we're pushing you to look at your solutions and evaluate your solutions and identify solutions that make it impossible for you to make a mistake, for your employees to make a mistake, for your customers to make a mistake. So today we're going to think about a dance school. So let's think about a little dance school. Maybe let's call it Rosa's Dance School. Now, Rosa, with everything happening nowadays, she is finding some little things here and there that are driving her kind of crazy. When her clients come into her dance studio, she notices that quite a few push the door so hard that it slams into the wall. So this is annoying her because it's starting to make a dent in the wall and she doesn't want to have to keep fixing that. Another thing that's driving her crazy is in the locker room. People are putting like stickers, or when they put their names up or label their lockers, it's getting a little out of control. It doesn't look very clean, and she's having sometimes to take these labels that they may have given students and having a hard time actually getting them off the lockers. Another issue she has that really kind of hits her bottom line is getting customers' emails. So when they come into the studio, her employee fills out the new customer form, but the email section is in a really weird spot, and they're often missing that, right? So that you have a customer come in and you're not able to maybe send them the communication that you want to. So Rosa decides to mistake-proof these processes. So the first one of the door slamming into the wall, she decides to put one of those little door stoppers behind the door. So every time the door opens, it hits that door stopper and it can't hit the wall. That even if somebody wanted to, if even somebody aggressively pushed that door open, it would not make that hole in the wall anymore because it couldn't hit it. It would come up against that door stopper. Now let's think about the lockers. This is a harder one where you have people maybe putting stickers on the lockers or trying to label their lockers. So the first thing that she does to try to mistake-proof this is she has labels that slide in. So she puts little maybe things on the lockers where you slide the name in. So that way you wouldn't have so many stickers. But one of the things that she wants to do is make her studio fun, right? She has a lot of kids that come in. She wants to make it fun. So what she does, since the lockers are already a bit of a mess and she needs to repaint them, she repaints them with chalk paint so that the students can come in and they can write on them with chalk, but maybe they won't be so tempted to put things like stickers or other things. They can also write their name in chalk, right? So this helps to reduce the likeliness that that issue will occur. So that's not perfectly mistake-proofing it, but it's striving towards that. It's working towards that. And finally, the emails. This is one that actually really could hit the bottom line. So her employees fill out this new customer form and she forgets the emails. Well, rather than forever asking her employees, don't forget to put in the email, putting a little thing on the monitor saying, don't forget the email, right? Putting that everywhere, trying to change people's behaviors, which is really, really hard. Rather than continuing to do that, what she does is she makes it a required field. So she goes into the software, she says that field is actually required. She moves it up in the section where you're getting everyone's address and everything, rather than kind of down at the bottom where people miss it. And now you can't hit submit, you can't hit create a new client until you've submitted that email. So she's mistake proofed it. She's made it so that a mistake can't occur. So as we identify these types of waste, as we talk about ways to improve your business, I want you to think about, when you're solutioning, when you're identifying improvement, how can you make it impossible, absolutely impossible, for a mistake to occur? That is your challenge with creating your new processes. I'd love to hear in the comments any examples that you have of mistake proofing for your business. That's always a fascinating thing to see, is how you've made sure that a mistake cannot occur, right? Make it really, really hard to make a mistake. We want to set people up for success. Why would we want to make it really, really hard for people? I just have never understood why we try to make it so hard. All right, so tomorrow what we're going to talk about is a farm, and we're going to talk about measures of dispersion. Again, one that sounds really exciting, really big, but what we're talking about is looking at some data and the range of that data. So tomorrow we'll be looking at some examples of someone maybe that owns a little family farm that might have some issues with maybe not being so consistent, right? That's what we'll talk about tomorrow. Now, thank you so much for tuning in again today. I'm excited here. We're going to have another green mark on our little checklist here. I hope that by enjoying these little videos that you are able to make your work a little bit better each and every day, so that you don't have to work so hard.